Hi, Ivy. Hi, Bianca.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. My camera's off. Hold on.
She doesn't have her camera on yet. There she does.
There we go. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Living a dream, man, every day. What up?
Yes. Very good. I'm doing very good. Let me close the door. 1 second. You don't need to see my couch that my dog completely took over, and now it's his white couch that he gets to sit on.
Isn't that great? They make themselves at home.
I know, right? I am a new dog owner, so I'm a sucker.
How? What kind of dog? How old?
They think that he's 2 years, but he's younger than 2 years. Half pit, half lab.
Who's that? Ivy, is that you?
What?
I was hearing feedback. Oh, good. It's not you.
I'm muting soon anyway.
Yeah, you are.
When I talk, am I good? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, your sound sounds great.
It does.
We're not live yet. So what have you been up to?
Working a lot of Zoom calls.
Yeah.
A lot of phone calls. Yeah. A lot of fitness classes. I'm almost afraid to say it. I know a lot of people really miss the gym, but being in the industry, I have 2 gyms to work out in. So I've been working out.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, and just, to be honest, like this whole quarantine time, I forgot when you and I spoke, but I probably said this, and I'll probably say it again, but it's given me a time to become a lot more disciplined in the things that I really need to do and want to do. So.
That's pretty.
Today, though, today was close. Today's a beautiful day, and I was like, I have so much to do today.
Exactly. Today was that perfect day of I don't want to do anything. Fuck this.
I know. Today was definitely practicing what I preach about being more disciplined.
Absolutely. Okay. I am going to dump this into Facebook Live. Janet. And tag Ivy. I'm making it easier for you. I'm tagging you, so you should see that it pops out immediately. What the? All right, sure. Let's just tag some random people because we can. Jesus. All right. Come here. Come back. Stop cycling, you little bastard. I'm right there, Ivy. And then now my machine is going cry, cry, cry. There we go. Dismiss. Go live. Almost. You see it? It's coming.
I see it. I'm going to put it on my timeline now.
It's live.
Hey guys, this is George Veitengruber from Veitengruber Law, appearing with you live with Bianca Grande. Bianca is a woman who wears many, many hats. I'm really psyched to be talking to her. She's got Elevate Your Power, which is a women in business group, also VIV, which will help teach you how to save money. And she's also a fitness instructor and personal trainer. So talk about a woman who has had her plate very, very full over the last couple of months. Bianca, I looked it up, and God rest his soul, Nick Blanda introduced us at a fishnet meeting 9 years ago.
Oh,
And it goes back to Fishnet with Nancy Manchester, and it was Nick Blanda who brought me into that meeting down in Brick. And then from that, we went over to Give Me Service. And then after Give Me Service, I lost track of you for a while, and here we are. We've been circling in the same networking groups all over again. So thanks for jumping on today. I'm really, really psyched to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And I can't believe it's been that many years. And it's that many connections. It's crazy.
Isn't it wild? I mean, it's quick how in a blink of an eye, you're just like, wow, a decade has passed when we started all of these crazy things.
For sure.
But what I love about it is all of the movers and shakers, the people that really hustle, are still out there figuring out how to network and do things. And I was so happily surprised when your name popped up that we were going to set one of these up. And I'm psyched to see you again. So what have you been up to?
Likewise. So what I've been up to. So, well, yes, last time that we left off, I was running a small business network, and it was called givemeservice.com. So I guess I'll start there, because there is really where I learned a lot about building the relationships and the importance of entrepreneurship. And another thing I found fascinating was the fact that everyone basically had the same story. They had an image of what they wanted, you know, and they went out and they did it, whether they were in fear or not. And it was really awesome to hear everyone's stories about how they started the business. And as I was in the network, I got inspired to want to become my own entrepreneur in something. Right. So that's where we left off. And that's where, you know, building the relationships really took hold. So I'll just kind of do the timeline of things. Right after that is when I was inspired to become a fitness instructor. I think health and fitness is so important to everyone. But definitely for someone who owns their own business, right? You're your own business card.
Right.
And I joined a boot camp class, and I loved it so much and got such a result. And for me, I was an ex-athlete. I know many people I speak to, I used to play this sport. I used to do this. I was a used to. Yeah, right. Many of us were. And when I got into it, I really felt as if I was part of a team, and I was in boot camp classes. And I said, you know what, I bet I can teach this. And then without getting into too much detail, I started to, and I became a trainer, boot camp class instructor, and a personal trainer. I was working for a gym at the time. Is actually Max Fitness. And then I left there in 2016. So within that time, I also was involved with network marketing, and I really saw the power of having another residual income. And that's one thing along the last couple of years, is that there's so many other ways to make an income and do something that you're really passionate about, no matter what. I love having solutions for people in multiple ways. So while I was building my network marketing business, I left the gym, becoming an instructor in 2016, and I opened up my own personal training small group fitness gym called Your Body Fitness. So that definitely took up a lot of my time, and we just recently closed the fitness part of it, the group fitness part of it, I guess the end of January. So now I partnered up with a gym called Landmark Athletics and Fitness, and I still coach, and I still teach there. And I love it. And I think for me, fitness and health is a passion of mine. Like, I love it. Not everyone's gonna want to dive right into it. Not everyone's gonna want, you know what I mean? But for me,
right.
I've been pretty disciplined in certain things. Not perfect, but you know, I have my own story, being younger, being heavier, and really learning how to overcome that, and really having the empowerment that I have now within my body, not just because of what it looks like, but because of what it could actually do. And I think that's why I love fitness so much, is because I really want to encourage people to think in those terms.
Well, it makes kind of sense, right? If you think about it, right? One of the things you were doing along the train with the fitness is you were jumping into those weightlifting competitions. And when somebody says, hey, go ahead and do a clean and jerk for 500 pounds. And you go, I can't. Owning your own business is figuring out how to break that barrier and go through it. And that's something that you're living and showing to other people.
Absolutely. I just got the chills when you actually said that, because when I was competing in powerlifting, so I did start to compete in powerlifting, and I competed in CrossFit. Yes, as an entrepreneur and as building your own business, you kind of feel like once you do one of the other, you can do anything. And because I was lifting these heavy weights, I could lift any weight that came to me when it came to business, when it came to clients or my customers. Like, I kind of felt in this sense of unstoppable. And I was willing to try. I was willing to do things I was so afraid of. I was so afraid to compete in CrossFit. I would almost cry before, but because I did it, and because I pushed through the fear, I feel very unstoppable in any other endeavor that I want to do now too. So yeah, health and fitness will always be there. I still coach classes. Landmark Athletics and Fitness is awesome. It's in Manasquan, giving it a big plug.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we are now virtual classes, which have been really taking off. And we were one of the first gyms to actually go right online.
It is. It's one of those crazy things that the only way that you were going to be able to keep your gym open was to adapt and figure out some sort of online model. And we had Judy Murray on a couple of weeks ago. She owns the Max in Freehold, and I'm also a Maxer, so we all go back to the Max somewhere in that model that they've really created. And if you didn't have online classes right now, you're absolutely going insane, because the logistics of opening a gym simply was impossible or illegal, take your pick. So it needed to be a virtual platform. So how did you get there? How did you get to a virtual so quickly?
So, to be honest with you, it's funny because I was just talking about this, because I was asked this question. Well, when did you start going virtual with the gym? And we sat in a meeting on that Monday that everything was happening. And I'm very familiar with Zoom calls, and I'm on Zoom calls a lot for my network marketing business for VIV. And I just got off of a Zoom call earlier, and I said, well, why don't we just take it to Zoom? And it's instant sometimes. It's like, it's this, and when you are running the show, or when you're, entrepreneur, when you're a part of a team, you all have to get together and mastermind about these things. Sometimes a decision has to be done like this, and there's no time to wait, And so we said, you know what, let's just do it. I mean, it still gives the classroom vibe. You're still able to see people. You can talk to people. You could communicate. I could correct form. So it was really just like that. And that Tuesday, I guess it was March 17th, we took everything right online. And we've been successful with it ever since.
That's awesome. So we'll pivot a little bit. Let's talk about VIV.
Yes.
Because again, many hats, all entrepreneurial, all in completely different realms, where the excitement really is that you're your own business owner, you're hungry and you're hustling, but your disciplines are definitely covering different boxes. So tell us about VIV.
For sure. So like I said, I was introduced in network marketing, and I was with another company for about 6 years, pretty successful, love it. I'm very, very grateful for it. I came across this particular company called VIV. And when I heard about it, it was something totally out of my realm. It was not health. It was not fitness. It was just totally different. And it was a service company. And a lot of the things that I liked about it was that it didn't come with all the other things. We don't always like every aspect of every job that we have, period. Like that, with no matter what, even if we started it, that there's something. So it really kind of eliminated a lot of the things that I was not struggling with, but maybe getting frustrated with. So what VIV basically is, it's a service company. And what we do is we go in and we take care of your comprehensive services, and we can recover money that people are overspending. So a lot of times you'll get a cable bill or your bills, and you don't even know what you're paying for. You look at that bill and you realize it's an increase by $20, and no one really has the time to sit on the phone with them. No one really has the time to sit. So you end up paying it. And unfortunately, there's billions of dollars that are being spent in overpaying in our normal bills that everyone has anyway. Your cable bill, your cell phone, electric. What I love is that we're a technology company. We're not a third-party company. And all we do is go in and we renegotiate your rate of the services that you're already paying for. Like, it's so simple. When I heard it, and I was like, wait a second, tell me this again. You can lower my cable bill? And you can lower so of course I became a customer, and I started to get the result. And I'm always thinking, like, where do I emotionally attach myself with a thing, right, that I want to help a person out. And my goodness, like money, I mean, so many people's pain is in their pockets, no matter what, especially like right now. I mean, we're in a time where the economy is tanking like that. And we are, fortunately positioned to be in a place where we can help the economy. I can go to someone and say, hey, look, I can help you lower the rates on your cell phone bill. I can help you lower the rates on your cable bill, especially at a time that people are looking to keep any money in their pocket. So when it comes to saving people, the funds that they can go and now take and put that towards whatever you want. You can buy whatever protein shake you want. You can go to the gym with that money. You can go whatever you want to do. I became very emotionally attached to that. So because of what's happening right now, talk about a pivot. I'm not even hardly reaching out to people. People are coming to me, and they're saying, hey, I heard that you do this, or I watch your story, on Instagram or Facebook, and I want to know more about how you can save me money. So it sounds pretty simple, especially when it comes to commercial businesses. We can go back and do a 4-year audit on what we can do to see if we could save anybody funds. So that has been keeping me extremely busy, especially the last couple of months.
I mean, it makes perfect sense because everything has turned into this subscription model. So we unconsciously get used to and conditioned to pay bills, and everything's auto pay. So the time that people actually take to analyze their bills is basically gone. And one day you wake up and realize that you've been paying for a service for 3 years and haven't even used it. So what's the biggest savings, favorite savings, strangest savings you've gotten for a client?
Well, I will tell you about my mom, because my mom was my first customer, because she's my mom. And I told her, I said, Mom, I'm starting a new business, and I need your support, just like you always do. She came over with the bag of her bills. She's so funny, a whole bag of everything she has. And we got her cable bill lowered. So there was a negotiation for the next 24 months. She'll be saving $1,173 on her cable bill. So it breaks down to about a little over $50 a month. And what's great too is that there's no risk to the customer up front. There's no money out of their pocket. What they do is, after they save, then half of the savings will be paid to VIV, and they will continue to save the other half. So there's no extra money. That money right there, we call it dead. It's dead money, right? You're already paying it. So that right there, I was proud of that, because my mom called me and she said, Bianca, can you believe it? They saved me $50 on my cable bill. I remember her voice, right? So I thought to myself, my goodness, if we had that when I was a kid, and I was helping her pay the phone bill, and I was helping her pay the cable bill. I know there's a lot of people out there struggling, and that's where I become very emotionally attached. So that was super cool. As far as commercial, not for me, but for someone on my team, right now they're in negotiations with 19 subways. 19 subways. So just to give you a spectrum of like how much that this can go, we're going to help an owner of 19 go back and audit all the extra money that they've been spending, because sometimes you're spending all this money, you don't even know where it is, So, and then as far as a commission base, I mean, there's been commissions up to $20,000, $30,000. I mean, that's awesome for the representative. But I just love to hear the people when they save, when they can't believe that we actually got the bill lower. So that's what's awesome about it.
That's really cool. And especially now, right? Because all of a sudden we've got a massive unemployment problem. We've got people that are furloughed, or people that took pay cuts, people that haven't gotten their unemployment or their PPP or their EIDL or EIEIO. And we're sitting in a position where budget are so super important. One of the comments I got from a friend was, now that we aren't going out for the daily coffee, aren't getting the restaurant food all the time, aren't mindlessly shopping for crap we don't need, and instead being focused, those budgets are becoming front of mind for everybody. So your service is pretty timely.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm very grateful that no matter what, we're very positioned in a way where we can really help the economy and definitely help out as many people as we can right now. And that it's just another thing. Again, I'm really passionate about people being open to having an additional stream of income. You know, network marketing as an industry, there's so many things out there. There's so many businesses. You know, I just advise everyone to become attached, be open, and attach yourself to one. Because I'll be honest, if I was to just rely on just fitness classes, every fitness instructor right now is they're worried.
Right.
We're all worried. How is this going to happen? How is this, you know what I mean? Like, so just to give you this, you know, the possibility, I'm very grateful that I have another stream coming in.
Right. And I mean, a lot of people are sitting in that boat and wondering, do they pick up the second job, the side job? And it goes down to a function of time in a day and the flexibility of being able to do it at certain times so that you can basically overlap, no matter how terrifying that is, and
Right.
hustle as hard as you can and make sure the bills are getting paid.
Right. Absolutely. And to have the freedom too, to also be, I mean, one thing I will say, it's very unfortunate what's happening right now and where we are, but I do watch the kids across the street from me play with their dad every day, and they never had a chance to. So to have that time freedom to watch the kids, to watch, I'm sure that there's got to be some parents that are like, well, I'm home with my kids, or you know what I mean? Like, at least I'm spending some time. Yeah, when you have something else coming in, it could free up a little bit more time rather than going to get that other job.
Right. And I mean, those are the silver lining moments of this. Notwithstanding everybody being afraid, there's going to be a lot of takeaways whenever this theoretically ends, and whatever the new normal looks like. There's a lot of things that can be gleaned from this that actually are positive. That overall, the giant picture sucks, and it's rough, and it's negative, and nobody's happy about where they are. But the use of technology, the ability to adapt, the connection or reconnection with the family, everybody friggin' figuring out how to make sourdough bread. I mean,
Yeah.
the world's a happy place now, because all of a sudden we've got a balance of, okay, work is obviously still a priority, but family and being stuck in with the ones you love, or have to readjust learning to love, has become pretty important.
For sure.
Again. So you also have a passion project that you're about to launch, right? And that's your Women in Business group for Elevate Your Power.
Yes.
So
yes.
Tell us about it, because I know it's not up yet, but it's on its way. Yeah.
Yes, I am like so stoked about this. So like I had mentioned before, I used to run a small business network. So relationship connecting. I was a professional dot connector, right? My job was to meet you and put you in front of as many people as I could. So back in September, I started to network, again, get myself out there. And I just started to see that, the groups are great. And I think belly to belly connection is just awesome. But along the last couple of years, I've been really honing in on my mindset and changing my own thoughts and going through the fear no matter what, and honing in on the daily tools that I use every single day. And I feel like, well, that could also be brought to the networking groups, because we're all in this together. We all do the same things. We're all probably going to struggle with the same thoughts, the same feelings. I wake up every day sometimes, I'm like, what am I doing? I have these doubts. I have these fears, but if it wasn't for learning the mindset tools to push them out, I might stop, So I wanted to bring that to the table. And I'm very passionate about when you bring a group of women together, magic happens in that room. And so back in September, I started Elevate Your Power, and we were meeting once a month, belly to belly. We would network, and it was awesome. And then it's so weird, and I'm not just saying this. I had the thought. I said, wouldn't it be cool? Maybe we should do something once a week online. Maybe we should do like a Zoom call or something, just to check in, just to, and then boom, this happened, right? So we kind of had no choice but to make it a virtual experience for everyone. So then I thought too, well, if we're online, I could reach so many more people. I mean, we have people on the call last week from Maryland, Massachusetts. I mean, it was awesome. So here we are. Elevate Your Power is born. We're going to stay virtual. It's a networking mastermind session. We meet every Monday night at 6:45. Right now, they're free. So the membership didn't start yet. So if anyone was interested and want to know more about it, definitely let me know. You can hop on the call and see if it's a good fit for you. We do have a private group. But I'm reaching out and connecting with as many people as I can and bringing them in. It's a non-exclusive network, so you can, do the same thing as anybody else. We all get on there. We all introduce ourselves. I also want it to be a platform for people to learn how to use their voice. I think in entrepreneurship, the owner, right, knowing you can go anywhere and buy something, but most of the time people are going to buy things from people that they know, like, and trust, right? So
right.
Yeah. So
okay. Sorry. So she's in the background on this call, obviously, and hidden, but Ivy Jaycott, who's running the screen behind the screen, she's responsible for a women in business group, and she's been responsible for the Athena Awards for the last several years. And what I've learned from her running and operating these groups are the women that want to participate in these groups have such a collaborative spirit, and they're so supportive and there for each other, that if you haven't experienced a mastermind, if you haven't experienced a female-driven networking group, take advantage of what Bianca is saying to you, because just having the intellect that's sitting in the room and people that can share their experiences, that's how we grow our businesses. So this is such an important tool. And while you're trapped at home, this is a great time to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Great point. I mean, I met Ivy just a couple of months ago, and her and I clicked just like that. And it's great when you have that relationship, when you're able to experience that, and you're 100% correct on that. So that's what we're trying to do. Like I had mentioned too, I also took my mindset to the next level. So I am also involved in a program, and I train with Bob Proctor and his program that he has. And I have a awesome mentor, Brian Del Maso. So what I try to do is, I'm learning, and I'm growing, and I want to expand that to other people out there, and again, giving them a platform and a way to use their voice to tell their story. We go over a little bit of everything. Every week is a different topic, and we just get a chance to, tell everyone what we do, and we mastermind. And we come up with, great ideas, great thoughts, and we share from one another. And it's awesome, because what I'm starting to see now as the group is growing is that there's a lot of activity, and there's a lot of one-on-one coffee Zooms going on, and
right.
People buying products or this or that. And it's slowly but surely really starting to grow. So it's awesome.
The best sign of a meeting working well is when you find out that there's offshoot meetings offline and people are sharing and enjoying that extra time with each other, because that's the only way we grow. You're never really going to do it by appointment only once a week for an hour. You've got to take that extra time to learn about each other and grow from each other and pick each other's brains about how to get yourself to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I've learned is that if you're serious about growing your business, you got to be serious about growing your mindset. And you also have to be serious about the people who you choose to surround yourself with. So when you're really in a mastermind, it's really a close knit group that we're all here to support one another. But I say that again, if anyone's out there watching, and you're looking and you're thinking, oh, I really wish I had a person that understood me, because that was me for a while. All of my friends, they let me go. They're like, you're crazy, but go and do your own thing. And I think it's really important that you surround yourself around people who are like-minded.
I absolutely agree. And basically over the years, if you'd asked me 10 years ago where I was going to be and what this was going to become, there's no way that I had the vision that it could get to this. But some of my early coaches, they were the ones that could see where it was heading, and they'd prop you up and remind you. Because again, one of the other things that's so important about mindset and having a supportive group is you're going to have bad days. You're going to feel shitty. Some of you probably didn't want to wake up today or half of the days in the last month, but you still got out of bed, you got dressed, you put on your big boy pants, your big girl pants, and you had the day and grinded through it, no matter how much it sucked.
Right.
And it's nice to be able to share and commiserate with other like-minded people over the good days, the bad days. We have these champagne moments where we get to celebrate the things that are going well, and we also occasionally get to have the heavy drinking moments where we get to cry about the things that aren't going so well, and how we get out of it with each
Yes, absolutely. At the meetings too, very often we most of us have like a glass of wine with us, and we're talking, and we're just kind of getting it out there. And that was a good point I want to touch on too. Not every day is going to be good. You're going to feel like shit. And I know for me, there was a time in my life that I felt shitty a lot, and it was very dark. And I had to learn these tools and certain things to pull myself out of it. And when you're an entrepreneur and you're sometimes it's just you're a one-man show, so it's really important to really gravitate towards a group of people that are going to be there no matter what, to support you, no matter what you decide to do.
I love that message. I think it's so cool. So what else is going on with you? Where do you see things going in the months to come as we figure out a new normal?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I know as far as, I think, thank goodness for technology and as far as the Zoom, and all that. I mean, for me, I think Elevate Your Power is going to explode. That's a huge vision that I see. I think people are going to get more comfortable as things start to change. I do think that, you're going to have people that are going to still maybe be in fear with what's going on. And you have other people who are going to just go back into regular life. I want to say, I'm putting it out there right now. I want more people to be aligned with not living in fear. You know what I mean? And just being in alignment with what they're doing on the day to day, what they're going to, experience, and just go back into living that normal life again as much as we can. It starts right here.
It does. It absolutely starts in our head, and it's just more or less the balance point. The normal that we knew 2 months ago, it's not going to be that anymore. And buggy whip salesmen don't exist anymore because the world adapts, the world changes, and it's having the mindfulness, awareness of what we just went through, adapting it and creating the new normal to push forward. Because you're right. If we sit and live in fear and we cower and we hide from it, well, we're not going to be here. We're not going to thrive. We're going to fall into a hole. And that's the absolute worst case scenario that happens out of this. The people that are afraid now, they're justified in being afraid. But it's not about fear and projecting that fear. It's about, okay, I'm afraid, but what am I going to do to get out of it? And how am I going to climb out of this and start working towards the goal, whatever that goal might be?
Exactly. It's what we focus on grows, right? I remind myself of that all the time. What we focus on most, it'll start to grow. So just, putting your foot down and just making a choice that not to settle in the circumstances that we might be in. And if you have a goal, or you were about to work on whatever it was you're about to work on, here's your time, pivot and continue to work on it, and continue to strive towards your goals, and continue to choose to have a positive mindset every single day. And right now, I mean, we don't have much control over what's going on, but the things that we can control is our bodies, moving our bodies as much as possible. You know what I mean? If you are healthy, you're feeling good, like continue on that vibration, and try not to let things get you down.
Absolutely. Hey, so I'll put it in the links when we're done, but how can people contact you along any of the platforms of what you've talked about today?
Yeah, so you can definitely, right on Facebook, I'm on my DM, PM all day long. So Instagram, it's at Bianca Grande. Facebook, Bianca Grande. I'll put in my cell phone number there. You could call me, you can text me. Anyone that, wants to know any more about what I do as far as VIV or, fitness, or Elevate Your Power. If you are a woman out there and you're looking for a tribe with a good vibe, this is it. You can contact me, and I love to do coffee chat with you.
That's absolutely amazing. Bianca, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been so great, and I love catching up with you.
Same here. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, guys.
All right.
If you enjoyed this, I hope to see you on Tuesday at 3:00. We will be doing this all over again. Bianca, have a great day. Everybody else, stay safe out there.
You too. Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.